Hi. Hi, everyone. It has been a second since I've been live. Oh, Omega, thank you. I just figured a few hours before the Bills Chiefs game, I would check in and see how everyone's doing, maybe answer some questions since it's been so long since I've gone live. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate all the kind words. I also know that YouTube reached out to me to test a new feature. It's called Jewels. It's another way to do GIFs. Um, I don't, you don't have to send me gifts, but that's if it looks a little different, that's why. It's just a test program. Noah asks, "Where's Grogu?" He's right here, in his Bills look, ready for a great win. Go Bills! Yeah. A little nervous about the game. Jeremy's out of town, so I don't have anyone to yell and scream with, but I'm really excited. A little nervous, but it's exciting that it's a big national game. Don't wear the scout trip when I'm going live. There's a lot of armor to sort of handle. What I did do today was I shot some more of the people have been asking about the afterlife for women of the MCU. I was shooting today with Alice and Lilia, so those videos should be coming soon. Someone asked for a shout out in the video. I don't really do shout outs in the video just because my format doesn't really support it. I do shorts and I'm pretty limited on time, and also I do a lot of bits. So to incorporate someone's shout out into a fiction would really just sort of not really work out. So it's I don't make any exceptions. It's just kind of wide, not because I don't care about my subscribers, but it just doesn't really work for my format. Go Bills! Oh no, Ruth, your team is losing. I'm sorry about that. Who are they playing? Who are the Browns playing? Oh, Anti-Venom asked to see one of my helmets. I don't have any of my helmets in the room, unfortunately. So don't have any of those right now. But I'll bring one the next time I do live. Did I make my outfit? No, I'm just all in my Bills gear today. I'm on the couch, I'm comfy, and I don't want to risk damaging something I made, like by jumping around. Who's more hot, General Grievous or Darth Vader? I mean, didn't Vader burn at a higher temperature? So, thank you so much. Oh, the Saints. Saints are better this year. They didn't have a good year last year, right? I think they're better. Not being the UK unit for the Bills have a lot of fans all over the world now. They played in London last year, so um uh yeah, fans all over. Someone asked me who's my favorite Bills player growing up. I mean, it was not quite my time, but I remember just hearing about and still the legend of those Jim Kelly teams of the late 90s. Um, Even though I don't remember paying close attention that time because I was pretty young, but I remember really liking. I've always really liked the defensive players. So like Bruce Smith always seemed like a cool guy, and he did some cool local commercials. I think that made me like him as a kid. So who do you think is going to win the Chiefs game? Obviously, I hope it's the Bills, but I don't know. The Chiefs have had every piece of luck on their side. They've just managed to figure out ways to win, even when they haven't played so great. So you can't ignore that. We make it we. I'm one of those people that calls the Bills we. So if you don't like that, that's just how I do it. The Bills make it hard for other teams to win at home. So I hope it's a blowout because I really want to enjoy it and relax and not get so stressed out. But I obviously either team could win. Oh Noah, thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by. Avengers side of the States. Oh, I hope you traveled safe. Hi from England. I think the Bills are AFC Championship worthy. I hope so, man. It'd be so great to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not even going to ask for a Super Bowl win. I would just love to have us go to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's in New Orleans this year, so that'd be super fun. East Coast. Yeah, I saw something about the Chiefs and the refs that the ref who is the head referee is someone that really favors the Chiefs a lot. So we'll see how it goes. Um, Hi from the Czech Republic. Hi. Oh, thank you so much. I have a feeling the Bills will win, but the Chiefs and their allies, the refs, who knows? Can you make your next YouTube short Grogu playing a video game? I've made a few of Grogu playing a video game. I don't actually show the screen because at little copyright, I don't want to use game footage that I don't own, blah blah blah. I also don't have a console, so I can't even sort of uh fake it. But I like hearing him narrate it. I think that's funny. I feel like I did a bunch of video game ones in a row, but I will let you know if you're on the next few Grogu videos. I just wrote them and I try to shoot way ahead, so if I get really busy, that I have some I've already shot ready to go. The only thing that gets me in trouble sometimes is when they linger too long and like there's dated references in them. But I have one about going to bed, about bedtime, about a bedtime story that I don't think that's three different videos. I'm gonna do one about Thanksgiving leftovers. I'm gonna do one about the Bills bye week. Think that's it. So yeah. And I'm always up to ideas too. Like if you have a thought starter, like I talked to my nieces and nephews because they're kids about, and they gave me some good, they didn't like tell me what should happen in the video, but even just things like, oh, at school, it's a big thing, your water bottle, wanting a new water bottle. I'm like, oh, I could see that being a video. And I wrote that and made that. You know what I mean? They didn't say, well, Grogu should have a, so if you have thought starters, I'm open to it. Um, People keep asking me if I'm religious. I don't really talk about politics or religion on my page that much. So hope you respect that. I am not going to the game. I am at home. I'm hoping to go to one game in December. So, and I was at the Jets game last month too. Yeah, that's right. Ruth is right. I did the one with Trooper Mom. He wanted to go for a walk, and then Grogu wants to play a video game. Oh, wildest dreams. That's so kind of you. Thank you. I really like Jen's costume when they argue. I have a few more of those coming up too. I have a lot. I feel like there's been a rush of new costumes. So I mean, I have Agatha. I actually made a Star Trek costume. I don't think I've shared on YouTube yet. Or something else. Oh, obviously, like Captain Carter, and I threw together a couple things for Lilia and Alice. So I'm not going to put Lily and Alice, I don't think, in the costume closet. I don't think, but lots of possibilities there. Asked, I love your videos. What was your first cosplay? My first cosplay was Rey from The Force Awakens. I made other costumes for Halloween, but Rey was something I'd made to be cosplay. I mean, it was a Halloween costume first, and then I upgraded it to be cosplay. Someone else asked, I've not watched any of Agatha. Is worth it? Yes, I think it's outstanding. It's one of the best Marvel shows. I really enjoyed it. And I envy anyone who gets to watch it in all one sit. I think that'd be a really great experience. Although seeing it unfold week by week was great too. Someone asked me, do I have a snow trooper costume? I have a snow scout. So it's it was kind of based on an action figure. So it's part snow trooper, part snow scout, but it's based on a Hasbro action figure. Omega, thank you. Introducing Grogu to holiday movies. That's fun. You're going to the Jets game on the 29th? Yay, that's great. Yeah, it's hard when you get behind, like if you get behind, you haven't seen a movie, we can sit down and do a movie and it's like 2 hours, right? But a whole TV show, that's hours and hours, and you kind of need a good space. Like this week, I had a rare night to myself where I didn't have to kind of do anything and Jeremy was out of town. So I sat down and watched all of The Penguin on Max, which was so good. I mean, if there's kids here, that's not for kids. It's pretty violent, but it was really well done storytelling. Um, but I had to have this sort of pocket of time to do that, Grow in the Holderness family. I don't know if the Holderness family would collab with me. I don't even know where they are. I'm glad you're here too. I have not seen Hazbin Hotel, and I'm familiar with Dragon Ball Z, but I don't watch it. Oh, Go So Speaky, that's so kind of you to say. I try to make, even though I'm a fan of these things, I understand that everyone is, but I think it's fun to make videos about everyday stuff. Like I had a really good comment once that my videos aren't about Star Wars, they're about family. So that's kind of what I try to keep in mind too. With like a little Star Wars references thrown in just to be funny and silly. But Bills. Go Bills. Am I planning any collabs? It's not that I'm against collabs, but my format doesn't really support it. I have teamed up with some friends to do videos when we're in the same spot, but not in a while. I'm not against it, but it just doesn't really support my format. And then just the travel time to get to someone and do stuff like that. It just has to be the right situation. Again, not opposed to it, but it doesn't. The opportunities don't really come up with the kind of videos I do. So, look at your lawn forms. Those minifigures looked awesome. Oh, you like that? Am I going to see Thunderbolts? Yes, I'm very excited for Thunderbolts. I'm excited for Captain America too, but Thunderbolts seems very just a little funny, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus just right, kind of right in my sweet spot for what I love about Marvel. Have you heard about two Star Wars books coming out? I haven't heard about those two, but I'm not up on the latest Star Wars books. Have you gotten a citation from Dolores? I have. She gave me a citation when we were at a convention together, and I said, "Oh, but I've defected." So she's a good friend. We got to hang out at New York Comic Con. Was it just last month? Yeah, I miss her. Do you have any cosplays? Oh my gosh, that's such a kind compliment, RJ, about your family loving my videos. Thank you so much. Do you have any new cosplays planned or in the process of making? I made a video about I am still working on Boba Fett, but it always keeps getting pushed aside. I've been super fortunate to do a couple red carpet things, so I had to make that real quick. And then I've come up with a couple of sponsored things. Like I made Ghostbusters on the quick. I just did one for Star Trek. It wasn't for YouTube, it was for TikTok. So I had to make a Star Trek uniform, which was super fun. I wanted to make Agatha Harkness for New York Comic Con. So Agatha was most recent. Then I made a Star Trek jacket. Now I'm hopefully working on something else, and then I want to get back to doing Boba Fett because I'm losing my window for painting. Right, like it was a really rainy summer, and it was super rainy and really humid and not great for painting. Now it's going to get really cold soon. It's like right now is a great time to be painting, and I'm not. So I need to get going on it. Who's the best player on the Bills? I mean, it's super subjective, right? Like, everyone's different. A lot of people like Josh Allen. He's a quarterback. He kind of directs the offense. I think the receivers are really exciting. I like, Khalil Shakir a lot. I made Khalil Shakir Grogu's favorite player because he's one of my favorite players. But I like the defenders. I like the defenders too. Yeah, probably Khalil Shakir though is my favorite. He just is a solid receiver. Am I going to watch Star Wars Skeleton Crew? Absolutely am. I am so excited for Skeleton Crew. I think I have wanted Star Wars to try different things, and not get sort of, for a while there, I felt like they were doing the same kind of Filoni universe, Mando, Ahsoka. That stuff is great, but Andor was so different and it was so great. Acolyte was so different. It maybe wasn't my favorite, but I like that they were trying something new. But still, everything's like super, super serious. I am excited to see Skeleton Crew because it looks like a family adventure, like kids on a little family sort of hunt that's a little more lighthearted and like that. I'm excited to see. That feels very different for Star Wars live action. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm excited for RDJ playing Doctor Doom. RDJ is super talented. He can crush anything. Yeah. I'm not like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted, but I'm not like, oh, I hate it. I think it's exciting, I can't wait for Grogu season 2. I can't wait for Andor season 2 as well. Andor is, I think, the best thing they've made for Star Wars since Disney bought it. And I'm sad there's only 2 seasons, but I think it's going to be tremendous. My first cosplay ever made was Star Wars themed. Yes, it was Rey from The Force Awakens. My first costume, though, I made some pirates. When I first had learned to sew for Halloween, I had made just generic kind of pirates. Jeremy's was a little sort of Jack Sparrow look with the big coat, and mine was like kind of a pirate dress. That was my first costumes ever made. What were you in Halloween? I actually have 3 answers for that, crazily enough. No, 2 answers, sorry. So we went to the Disney Halloween party. I made a video about this, and we went as Riley's parents from Inside Out, like the hockey fans with like Go Foghorns flags and stuff. And then for actual Halloween, the actual day to pass out candy, it was unseasonably warm. I didn't want to put a big costume on, so we just were like giant milk and cookie. So yeah, what was my first video on YouTube? I think the first video I posted was just a video about how I made a Jin Urso costume, but that was way before I kind of made content to be a content creator. And the first short I posted was an old TikTok about the first in those TIE pilots stranded on Endor series. Yeah. Where did I get the Lego minifigures from? Which Lego minifigures? I'm not sure which ones. I've got a whole bunch as gifts, which are super cool. So thank you. Top 5 favorite NFL players? I mean, I'm just gonna probably name the Bills offense or people that I've had, the pleasure of meeting at training camp. And they're the best players, but my favorite players are all the Bills, like Dawson Knox and James Cook and Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir, and Ray Davis, and of course Josh Allen. I mean, all the Bills. The one that looks like me and Jeremy, although those I got as gifts. People have given me gifts at conventions, so I'm not sure where they came from. Baby Yoda came. He's just the Mattel plush, and his little popsicle stick I put in there's coming out. But this one I got at Walmart. And I bought backups that I haven't gone to use yet, but I think they're still in stores. Are you ever going to wear the Princess Diana Wonder Woman costume to convention? Oh, I'm not opposed to it. It doesn't really feel like a convention costume. I think because of the shoes or heels. So I don't think I'd really like walking around in that. That's probably why. Probably no. Just because of the shoes. Are you holiday decorating yet? Our tree is up. No, the holiday decorations aren't up, but the Halloween decorations are down. So we're kind of in that in-between space. So do you like making the Dead Woman of the MCU? And I'm gonna make more of them. Yes, I was actually just shooting a bunch this weekend. I like making them, but they are a ton of costume changes. And for Gamora, I do makeup. So I shoot them in a big chunk. So I made a mistake, better or worse. I shot a whole chunk before Agatha was over. And now that Agatha's done, obviously I have to add some people. So I just shot a whole bunch more, and I should post them pretty soon. But the problem sometimes I find when shooting a big chunk is that I try to get really organized. I have all my scripts laid out, and I have like all the characters highlighted, and still somehow I'll miss a line. I have to go back and shoot again. That happened this weekend. So I had one ready. I thought I was ready to edit for today. And I went to sit down and edit last night, and I was missing like the ending line. And I'm like, oh man. So I quick put together that costume closet I had shot instead. And I'll be posting the MCU woman later on. Make a Bill's hat for Grogu. Grogu has a tough time with hats because his ears are so big. That would be cute. I don't want to hide his little face though. The Contropolis video. Again, those were gifts. So I don't know where they came from. Thank you. Thank you so much, all the kind. Hi, Nikia. Hi. A helmet. So Grogu does have a couple Mandalorian helmets that have like cutouts for the ears, so they just go like straight on like that. A football helmet would be hilarious. Oh, oops, sorry about that. Someone asked, oh, I lost it. Sorry, scroll by. What time is it here? If it's 8 o'clock in the UK, I think it's 3 o'clock here. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock here. So Bill's game in an hour and 25 minutes. I just like regular air. Mountain air is the nicest. So. A mini Josh Allen jersey for Grogu. He does have the Build-A-Bear Bills jersey. It's white, which I prefer a blue one, but I have the white one, but it doesn't have a name on the back. I think it's just like a 0, I think. So I guess he's Keon Coleman. I don't know. Um, would you ever do a video with Baby Yoda and another young Star Wars character? I've gotten as gifts a couple of those Star Wars babies, like a little baby Rodian, like a Greedo, and a little Ewok. I don't know. I've thought about it, but I still feel like the parent-child thing is kind of the center of of the whole story, and I'm not sure. I don't know if I have an idea about how Grogu would behave around other kids. So not never. I never say never, but I haven't really figured out what that would be. With Ahsoka and Grogu, Ahsoka has shown up, I think just for one video with him. But you're right. I should have in there like Auntie Ahsoka. I think what happened was for May the 4th this year, I did a video with everybody. It was with Grogu and all his babysitters. So it was Bo and Ahsoka and the Arns. And I think what happened was, and this is just I can't help it, that it performed quite poorly. Like it didn't get a lot of views at all. And it was so much work because I had to put on all those costumes, all that armor. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to make videos that no one wants to watch. So I think that's why I didn't do any more, but I should do more, even if it's just Ahsoka and him. And they have a fun dynamic where he's trying to get one up on Bo. I should do more with them. So, what from Malaysia? Hi. Favorite Disney ride? Ooh, it's Guardians of the Galaxy for sure. So, oh, that's a great comment. I want the Bills to win, but if the Chiefs first lost, it'd be the Panthers. It would be so funny. That would be funny, but I would like the first loss to be. They can lose to both. How about that compromise? They lose to the Bills this week and to the Panthers next week. How is my Boba Fett cosplay going? So a little advanced. I've been hunting for some trim for the belt, and I finally found that. So I'm gonna sew the belt hopefully soon. But again, I had a couple other projects come in and keep bumping it down the line. So do you prefer Disneyland or Disney World? I prefer Disney World because it's not as crowded. The Magic Kingdom is crowded, but there's 3 other parks to go to. Whereas the few times I've been to Disneyland, it's just so crowded. I don't find it as pleasant an experience. But I do like there's more places to sit at Disneyland. As a Broncos fan, deal. Should I get my cat a Bills jersey? Absolutely. When is Baby Yoda being part of the team? I don't think. I think he would get demolished. Oh, what is your favorite character from Agatha all along? And what do you think would be Grogu's favorite character? My favorite character is Agatha, and I'm trying to think if that still holds true through the end. And maybe, but also I really liked Alice too. I liked her vibe. I liked how kind she was. I liked how she was kind of buddies with Billy. I liked Alice a lot too. And I think Grogu's favorite would probably, I'd say probably be Billy, maybe? Because he's the kid. Are you in a costume closet with Captain Carter? I am. Captain Carter is coming to the closet. Captain Carter is also coming to the Afterlife for Women of the MCU. Love that costume. I don't know why I waited so long to get that. It just is so cool looking. I'm really happy I have that one. Let's see. I want sugar donuts, and parents say no. Something about donuts. Okay. Animatronics. Remember meeting me at Contropolis? Oh, that was 2 years ago. Remind me. You should go to Sheffield in the UK. I love the UK. I haven't been in a while. I was at Celebration London. Was that just last year? Would you ever make a video on Baby Yoda doing a sport? The tough thing is that when he moves around too much, it's a lot of post-production work since he is just a little puppet and he, doesn't have feet. So a lot of moving around, like what involves sport, is a little tricky. Like him flying in a spaceship is one thing, but never say never, but sports are tough. So movie night. Someone else had that idea about movie night. I like that. Where that's a pretty good idea. I'll keep a note of that one. Like even if he's talking too much, I can't enjoy the movie. I like that. Can Grogu say hi?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to Jen's Live.
Freddy, you made a glam rock Freddy suit. That's amazing. I'm honored to have inspired you. That sounds like a big deal. Sounds weird, but you like Christmas or Halloween more? I mean, they're so different, right? I like Christmas. I like the I like the lights and the kind of feeling of joy. It's always really stressful, but I like Halloween too, and I like how everyone gets into Halloween. I saw a comment about Halloween that it's the kind of this, in a way, it's a nicer community holiday. Like you go out and you get candy for everyone else, and you don't expect anything in return, and it's nice. But they're both so different. You can't pick one or the other. Oh, James, hi. I do remember you. Good to see you. Of course. You you got I signed a Funko Pop for you, and then you also got me those you got me the Lego minifigures that you're asking about. That's why you were asking about them. When you said Contropolis, I was thinking of NocoCon. I'm so sorry. Yes, I love them. With Jeremy's little X-wing, and I have it's me with both the Scout Trooper and the Mandalorian helmets. James, I hope you're doing great. Thank you I'm totally remember you, of course. Sunlight Piano asks what 3D printer I have. I have Bamboo X1 Carbon. I was very fortunate that they sent it to me, and I absolutely love it. I just was able to do electronic recycling on my old printer. It is gone. Bye-bye. So it served me well for a long time, but it just didn't get it done. Interview at Cambridge, that sounds great. Oh, thank you for watching my shorts every day. I appreciate that. Oh, Stephanie, hi. Yes, I do remember you doing me with Mando Dad with Grogu. Thank you. Do you skip from Halloween to Christmas and skip Thanksgiving? We don't have a lot of Thanksgiving decorations around. We have a couple. There's just not a lot of Thanksgiving stuff, right? But we don't go from one to the other. Like, so all our Halloween stuff is down. So we have like a fall wreath up and still a couple pumpkins around the house, like small things. And then after Thanksgiving, we'll get the tree up and the lights up. Yeah, we don't go right from one to the other. So, you should get a resin 3D printer one day for sure. I see people making amazing things with that. Did you print the X1, the Mando helmet on the X1 Carbon or a different one? This is a great question. The X1 Carbon is not big enough to do a helmet in one go. You would have to print it in pieces. So, and also I just got the X1 earlier this year, and I had the Mando, was that 2020, 2021? And I had the Mando helmet printed for me because I have yet to own a printer that can do a helmet in one go. I'm not against printing a helmet in pieces. I printed my Zori Bliss helmet in 19 pieces and welded it together. I just think for a helmet, especially Mando, one that I use a lot, it's handled so much. I just figured, just have someone else print it for me. So all my helmets, so I printed Zori Bliss and the others I've had printed for me, just because I haven't had the printer that can do it all in one go. But then I do all the finishing. I do all the sanding and the filling and the painting and everything else. Yes, Nikia, hi. And you have messaged me several Instagram. It's good to see you. You're in South Africa, right? Any new costumes you're making, going to buy? I think I'm all caught up on YouTube. I made a Star Trek costume that I haven't cut the video for YouTube yet. And I'm putting together kind of a closet Alice and Lilia for my Afterlife Ruin of the MCU series. So and then I'm working on Boba Fett. So that should be it. Favorite costume you bought? Thanksgiving short with Grogu. We do a Thanksgiving leftover ones because I post them on Saturdays. So I have an idea for that one already. Thank you. But great. I've never actually done a Thanksgiving video with Grogu. So that's a great idea. So favorite costume I've made and bought. Favorite costume I've made, that's a really tough one because they're obviously they're all pretty close to my heart. But I like the ones where I've had to use multiple techniques like sewing, leathercraft, painting, sanding, that kind of thing. So the usual suspects, Mando, the Armorer, Bo-Katan, and like Val from Solo, which I never really wear anymore, but Val from Solo, I actually did some 3D modeling. I mean, it was super basic, but yeah. Oh, and then favorite costume I bought. You know what? I really like my Black Widow. I had that every time I put it on, I'm like, dang, this looks super cool. But Captain Carter is way better than I thought it was gonna be when I bought it. Oh, who made you a Bills fan? It was your uncle, rest in peace. Oh, that's sweet, your uncle. What a great legacy to leave you. I was born and raised in Western New York, so it was always, I mean, I don't you think of I don't really think of rooting for another team. That's like the team, you know? So, is winter beanie? Yes, that's right. He is winter beanie. That's right. We haven't had cold weather yet. Even today, it's like in the mid 50s. But of course, I'll say that, then it'll get super cold. Favorite player, I think, is Khalil Shakir. My favorite player was Tre'Davious White. I do like the defenders, but he's with the Rams now. So, but I like Khalil Shakir. I just think he's solid. Every time he gets the ball, I'm like, oh, okay, good. You know. Oh my gosh, your idea of Captain Carter and Wanda, I actually already wrote and shot that. So, because I think it's the first situation in the afterlife where you have someone who's dead and then their killer there too. So that's a great idea. Great minds. I have that exact idea incorporated already. But like I shoot a lot of those at once and then edit them so I can space them out, just because getting in those costumes is such an ordeal and doing the makeup for Gamora. So I do those in a batch. And then I'll sort of uh, space them out and then shoot another batch. So often go to games. Games are really expensive, so we try to go to one, at least one a year. And then if it works out with the schedule, we go to one away game or so. Like last year, went to Miami. This year, we went to the New York Jets game, Monday Night Football. And so we're hoping to go to one of the home games in December, but we're not quite sure yet. So it just kind of depends on schedule. It's just such a hectic time of year. Um, so it just depends on how the schedule goes. But I usually go to one home game a year. I went to Bill Camp as well. Oh, you're sitting down to lunch? Oh, that's right, because you're in the West Coast, right? Right, Ruth? Oh, that's awesome. Your library Star Wars Day sounds great. Second favorite team. Oh, that's a good question. My second favorite team is whoever's playing the Chiefs. No, I'm just kidding, kind of. I don't have a favorite team, but I have teams I like feel myself rooting for, and that would be like the Lions. I think because like the Bills, they've had a long stretch, have never been in the Super Bowl, that kind of thing. And I think Dan Campbell's a hoot. Um, I think a Lions Bills Super Bowl would be an absolute dream. And then I think because Jeremy's family's from Pennsylvania, we have a lot of Eagles fans in his side of the family. So I have a space in my heart for the Eagles as well. So, and it's easy because those are NFC teams. They don't, conflict with the Bills at all. So not my favorite teams, but teams I feel like there's space in my heart for. I don't hate either teams. I mean, I don't love the Chiefs, but I'm Chiefs fans. I think Chiefs fans are great. But I like all football fans. It's just, like we're all passionate about our football team. Like we're all very much alike. So, um, how do you feel about Harry Potter? I've read all the books. I've seen all the movies. I know a lot about it. It's not an I would ever really be interested in cosplaying. And then I just think, the hatred that the authors perpetuating just isn't for me. So. Do I have any pets? I had a cat, Neville. He did pass away 2 years ago. We are thinking about getting another cat, but just timing hasn't been quite right yet. Grogu's stuck in the woods. Ooh, like he got lost? He's in the woods. Go Bills. New York Jets fan, man. I'm not a Jets fan, but I just think getting Aaron Rodgers was such a mistake. I don't really like that guy. And I just feel bad for Jets fans that like he's kind of been a diva, and poor Robert Saleh. I don't know. I feel bad. I think Jets fans deserve better than what they're getting right now, you know? Can make an electric costume. Ooh, I saw Deadpool Wolverine on the other day. That's a cool look. I love how she spins her little daggers. How they do an X-Men universe costume though? I'm not sure how I do a light first. Well, that one is pretty cool. Maybe something more colorful, like Rogue or something. I don't know. I have to think about it. When will Grogu have a matching Mandalorian outfit with you? He has a matching Mandalorian outfit. He hasn't worn it in a video recently, but he has one. He has the matching armor, and then I had a friend make him the chainmail shirt. So he has a couple, and I have 2 helmets for him. It's great. Yes, Jeremy has a job. Uh, I don't think it's important to elaborate further. You go to UCF and fire the head football coach because you've been failing the season. Huh? Yeah. Colleges spend a lot of money in the football program, and the programs make a lot of money, so I can see why they want him to succeed. Jeremy, a Gambit costume. Ooh, I don't know if Jeremy would make a good Gambit, but that costume is great. Maybe I'll make a Gambit costume, especially with that those ribs on the lapels. That's great. Universal. I've never been to Florida. I've been to the Hollywood one many times. I don't know if anyone's noticing. I have YouTube. I'm in some pilot program with YouTube about a new gifting program, Jules. I think I'm supposed to mention it. I don't expect gifts. I'm just only mentioning it because it looks a little different. That's why it's some new Jules thing that you can. It's kind of like to be like TikTok, the way TikTok does gifts. So, in case you're wondering why that looks different, that's why that is. My favorite series to film? Ooh, that's such a good question. I think there's a couple different answers. My favorite series to film is probably The Costume Closet because it's indoors and I can just lay all the costumes right out my bed, and it's just the logistics of it are the simplest. Um, so the shoot is the simplest shoot. Um, my favorite to write, I think might be the MCU Afterlife. I think is my favorite to write. I think, but they're all fun. Um, Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't really thought about it before. But I think just logistics wise, the costume closet is the simplest just because I'm indoors. I don't have to wait for light. You know, when I shoot outside for the women of the MCU, I have to wait for a cloudy day, and it's been has been no rain in the forecast now for weeks. And so I'm having to sort of figure out where to shoot so it's not blazing sun. And then it's just, and then people are blowing leaves because it's the fall and stuff. It's logistically a lot more frustrating. So favorite Star Wars show is Andor. I think that is the best show. Mandalorian season 1 though is pretty good. They're so different though, like Mandalorian season 1 is. Oh my gosh, so kind of you. I thank you so much. Um what was I just asking? Someone's asking about. I got distracted by the gift. That's so kind. Um Grou could be Doctor Strange with Jeremy. Oh, that's fun. That would be a lot of embroidery. So, oh, so kind of you. I know you want to make Star Wars and Marvel content. Would you consider making some DC content? So funny. I was like thinking about DC because I mentioned earlier in this live, I just watched The Penguin. Everyone was talking about it. I was just really busy, so I finally sat down. I had a free night this week, and Jeremy was out of town. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and watch The Penguin. I watched like, the first episode, and of course, I couldn't stop it. I was up until 3 in the morning watching the whole series. It's really good. Um, I I wish there were more costumes in DC that spoke to me. I think though, it caught me on a kind of a DC kick because then I put on like Birds of Prey and I put on the Suicide Squad. So if I think I had to do one, I think I might do the Huntress from Birds of Prey. It would be something I really liked. Um, I'm not really a Harley Quinn girl, although I like her looks in Birds of Prey. So maybe the Huntress in Birds of Prey. But I just don't think that universe is rich enough for me to do a lot with, if that's fair. But I really enjoyed the Penguin, and I'm excited for more Peacemaker too. I think I just saw that they're going to have a Peacemaker season 2. I like that show as well. Favorite cosplay I've made? I answered this before, but I think like Mando, Bo-Katan, the Armorer. And favorite cosplay I've bought would probably be Black Widow, but though I really like Captain Carter too. Oh, where Grogu plays an instrument. That's a good idea too. So what are the 3 ideas? A holiday movie, an instrument, and getting lost in the woods are good ideas. Um, how did you get good at making costumes? Well, I don't think I'm good at it. A lot of trial and error. I remember my first costume I made was a pirate, And I definitely for sure spent more time unpicking seams than I spent sewing. I just made a lot of mistakes. And the more costumes you make, the fewer mistakes you make because you just kind of know what to look for. You anticipate, oh, right, I know to like make sure this is the left sleeve, not the right sleeve, that the two right sides are together. But you learn by making mistakes. So the more you do, because I also like, I get really impatient. Um, so I'll kind of rush and then I'll, be doing things. But I, yeah, just keep doing it. This is my first Grogu. So I think I have three. I have this one with the feet, and I have the one that's animatronic that he has control. So when's the next one I'm going to? Oh, well, I'm definitely going to Star Wars Celebration in Japan in April. That might be the next one. I mean, things come up. I'm not really sure, but usually, did I go to anything? I don't usually go to cons in like January, February, but you never know. But for sure, next one is Star Wars Celebration Japan. I'm ready for the game. I'm excited. It's still an hour away, right? So I saw it. I got a text from Jeremy while I'm sitting here, like, is the CBS stream working? I'm like, well, it's still an hour away, right? Right? Tell me if like the it's about to kick off. Kickoff is a 4:25, not 3:25, right? Oh, that's right, MegaCon. I went to MegaCon last year in February. That's right. So correct. Okay. Just making sure. Someone else asked me some that question. Like, am I excited for Captain America: Brave New World? I am. I don't understand the. I feel like the trailer gave a lot away. That would have been a fun surprise. But I guess they want to sell. They want to get people excited and sell toys and stuff. But the trailer had a pretty reveal. I'm like, huh. I'd have prefer for that to be a surprise. So, but I love Anthony Mackie. I'm excited to see more of that world. I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think there were you could tell that was reshot a lot because of COVID, and I think it suffered for it. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him and his stories with like a straightforward, kind of show, and then with obviously Harrison Ford. JP Merrick, oh my gosh, that is so generous of you. Thank you so much. I would love to do longer stories. I was thinking about that the other day. What I struggle with is time. It's this one resource I can't buy, I can't make more of. And I feel like, yeah, I have to keep these engines humming with short form content. It does have time left over to make long form, but that has been my goal for a long time. Um, but you know what I need to do? I need to post another compilation because I'm way behind on that. So I will work on that for sure this week. Thank you. That's super generous of you. I really appreciate that. Um, I'm going to see The Wicked next weekend. I think The Wicked already had their premiere. I wasn't invited. Didn't expect to be invited. That's totally fine. I think I'm going to see it with my family, probably over Thanksgiving. Sometimes I hear advanced screenings, but I haven't heard of that one, which is totally fine. Like I got this ridiculous gift box. That's good. But I'm going to see it. I don't know if I'm going to see it this weekend. I might see it Thanksgiving just because of life is a little bit busy. My favorite Lego set. Oh, what a great question that is. I never had this set, but I remember as a kid looking through a super old Lego catalog from the 80s, and there was this parking garage. And I remember thinking, oh man, I want a Lego parking garage. I've always just loved the Lego sets that were like transportation, like airports and train stations and parking, anything with transit. For some reason, as a kid, it was this the Legos, and those Lego sets were way too expensive, Those were the kind of sets that I really gravitated for. But I also love the sets that were just like the pizza truck. Or I was in Target the other day and I saw that there's like a food truck, like a hamburger stand, stuff that's just life. Like give me a bank, give me a town hall, give me a parking garage. I like municipal building. I wasn't really as much into like police and fire and all that kind of thing. I didn't want action with my Lego. I wanted to build like a tiny peaceful town where people like went to the library and school. So, um, so that's not even my favorite Lego set that I have. Oh man. You know, for my birthday, I haven't put together yet. I got the Sanctum Sanctorum from Doctor Strange, and that was a really nice surprising gift I got for my birthday. So it's not a parking garage though. I felt myself get all excited talking about municipal Lego. It's so hilarious. We're wrecking my box collection. Oh, PR boxes. They are, it's due for a pare down. I do have them stacked up very neatly, and I condense things. Like I don't keep every box. I condense things. It's just, and I don't say yes to everything because I don't really want to be too wasteful. Like I'm glad I said yes to that Wicked box. It had some amazing things I'm definitely already going to use. But so they're just stacked very neatly. And JP, oh my gosh, again? That's so kind of you. Thank you. I'm blown away. That's really, really generous. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I need it needs to pare down, and I'm giving I get gifts out of friends and things too. So call me Haley. Happy birthday! Hope you're having a great birthday. Hope Bills win. Favorite Star Wars character of all time? I can't pick one. I'm gonna pick three. It's Leia and Jyn Erso and Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One. Those are my favorites. Would you ever make a clone trooper helmet or armor? I would. I actually hadn't considered it before until I started doing um, YouTube actually. I had a lot of people ask for that one. So the tough thing about clone trooper, and I say this all the time, is that it has armor that encircles the leg. And I don't know. I prefer armor that's just like knees and maybe hip plates, like Mandalorian or the Scout Trooper, or I have like a Mud Trooper or like that, or do a short Trooper. Um, but yeah, I would do a clone trooper. Probably not that soon. Oh, what is your dream red carpet to go to? Oh my gosh, probably a Star Wars movie, which we obviously hadn't have had since 2019. Um, but that always feels like that would be a big dream to go to a Star Wars movie. But the fact I've gotten to go to any is wild to me. I hope it never ever comes across like I take it for granted, because I don't. I'm just blown away anytime I get an invitation. I'm like, oh my gosh, me? Really? You want me there? Someone asked me about the Agatha all along finale. Yeah, because uh I didn't love it at first, I'm gonna be honest. It felt a little tricky, like it was all a dream, kind of gimmicky to me. Uh I I've watched it since, and I appreciate it more. Um I would make different choices, but I get it. I didn't love it, but I like it. Is that fair? And then someone else had a question I saw. Any tips for making your first helmet? Make sure it fits. Make sure it's not too big, not too small. Make sure it fits. Make sure you can breathe. So, and I don't know and that kind of goes for whether you're making out of cardboard or plastic, or you're 3D printing it, or you're building a kit. Just make sure it fits. So, okay, I'm gonna take a few more questions, then I'm gonna wrap it up. How many costumes do I have? I thought the other day, like, I need to start counting, because especially with Captain Carter there, I'm like, dang, I have a lot. But if I had to think, I think it's between 30 and 40, but but that's also like variations of things. I'm not really sure. I would say maybe like 30-ish, I think. Week was good. Jeremy is out of town, but he'll be back. So just it's good too, because I have to stay home. I have so much work to do. So paper dragon prop. You want ideas for you for paper dragon puppets? Why are you asking me? You sound like the expert making a paper dragon. Maybe something really colorful, like colorful paper, blue dragon. Do you think there'll be another series about Agatha and Billy? Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's kind of how it ended, right? Where they have something more to do. So I think for sure. And the series was really successful, and everyone was talking about it. So it would make sense that Marvel would want to continue with those characters. Ruth says, help you make your first big trip to New York Comic Con. Easier than San Diego. But I thought you live in San Diego. New York Comic Con is a pain in the butt, I think. But everyone thinks their local con is tough, Um, Oh, Big Shitty. I don't expect gifts. It's always a surprise. Thank you so much. Hi, Charlie. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you and your mom like my videos. Trooper Mom and Dinjarin and Grogu thinking about Wicked the musical. I'm not sure that's something they would be into and talk about. I'm not sure. I think I have to see it first to see if that's something that they would be into. Um, can I do something horror related? Yeah, I don't think horror is really my thing. That's a genre that I just don't. I get I don't love a lot of gore, so horror is not really for me. Marvel thing I'm most excited for now that Agatha's out, Thunderbolts for sure. I'm excited about Thunderbolts, but we have a lot coming out next year. So it's Captain America in February, the movie, and then I think Daredevil is in March. So and then Thunderbolts May. So it's going to be an exciting springtime. Oh my gosh, that is a great question, Hamster. I haven't seen this question. Have you ever been a series you scrapped that you thought of but didn't go through with it? I've shot, man, in my Zori Bliss costume. I did a bunch of videos in front of a green screen with Babu Frick. This is the two of them flying around. And I can't remember why. I've never even edited them or looked at the footage. Oh, and then there's one I shot with two mud troopers. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. And I never cut that either. I remember that was because I shot that, and the mud trooper is a lot of layers, and I shot that on a hot sunny day. And by the end of it, I was just so like unhappy and disgusted with being in the outfits that I don't think I ever cared to look at the footage. And then there's some I've shot more of, like I've shot more of the 911 Jedi lady. But I feel like I wasn't getting the accent right to start. So I want to go back and reshoot it. And then I broke the headphones. So I got a little frustrated with that and haven't gone back to that either. So, but I should, because that Jedi 911 lady is really good to do for when I'm just so busy. I need to get a video out. I don't have anything ready to go. Because those aren't scripted. I just kind of riff. I have like bullet points of ideas, but they're not scripted. So I just kind of sit down and flip on the camera and go. Yeah. 911. Yeah. Rogue One or Last Jedi, Rogue One. I'm a big Rogue One fan. Oh, Justin, thank you so much. Thoughts about the sequels? I like the sequels. The sequels are great. Force Awakens is my favorite. I think they're all fun. Can you do bloopers? So the tough thing with bloopers is I guess I'm usually so rushing that when I make a mistake, I just kind of like clear my throat and go again. Uh-oh, are we... Uh-oh. Are we frozen here? I can't quite tell. We might have frozen. It's frozen on my end. So... Let's see. Yeah, I'm frozen. Oh no. Oh no. But can you hear my audio? That's weird. It's frozen for me too. Okay, well at least I'm not like making a weird face. So that is so strange. This is a first for me. Well, I can't imagine this is a very compelling live with this weird freeze of me with my eyes half open and just the sound going. But I should wrap it up anyway because bills are coming on in about an hour and I want to get all set. I got to get a Bill's hat on. I want to probably eat something before the show gets going. So, oh, that's so sweet. Okay, a couple more questions, then I really gotta go. These are some good questions too. Have you ever gotten rid of a costume or got broken beyond repair? I haven't gotten rid of anything. I'm not someone that gets rid of stuff. But there are, and nothing's been beyond repair, but there are some things that are waiting to be fixed that I haven't fixed yet. I know one is the Jyn Erso disguise armor. The foam in the chest plate needs just to be re-glued. It's gonna take 2 seconds, but I haven't done it, so I don't wear that one because it just kind of presses into your chest and hurts without it. So That needs to be repaired. I just haven't done it. And then someone else. Are we back? And then my least favorite costume to wear is my Mud Trooper because I can't get it on by myself. And it's just a pain. It's just a pain to put on. But I like the way it looks once it's on. I don't have any costume I don't like the way it looks on, but I have several costumes I don't like putting on. Okay. Merry Christmas. Can you make something Spider-Man 1 from Sam Raimi? I have a Spider-Man suit. My Spider-Man suit I've made is a Spider-Man, is a Raimi suit. Game day snacks, it's usually just like chips. And I'm a no food on the couch household. So I usually just have a snack at halftime. So, and this is my last question because this is weird though with the Frozen. It's weird and it's been an hour, so I'll go. But to end with this is that someone says, how often do you go live and when? Because I'm doing this program with YouTube where there's this new gifting program, these jewels thing, I'm actually required to go live once a week between now and February. And so I actually signed up for that to force me to go live because I used to like going live a lot, but I just really get busy. But mostly when you get busy, I just don't make the time. So I'm going to start making the time. This slot kind of worked. I don't know if I can really have a regular slot, but I will try to announce it in advance. Like, or make a community post like, hey, I'm going to be live on Sunday or I'm going to be live on Friday. So I will go live in the future again. But this Frozen thing is weird. And I'm gonna like look at me. What am I thinking there? Look at that little hair sticking up on one side. It's weird. Okay, that's it, you guys. I am so delighted. This was super fun. And I have a Grogu video coming every Saturday. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words on my videos and the comments. And I will go live again. I'm going to go live every week, but I don't know when yet. But I'll work it out and I'll let you know in a community post. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Sorry about the freezing. I know that's super weird. Okay, bye.